Hello, everyone. Hello, Xin Chao. I'm Willie from John Hugh Migration Consulting. Today, I'd just like to give you an overview of some recent changes from this New Zealand Active Investor Visa Program. This is very exciting news for New Zealand to be making changes to the rules so that more people can apply for their investment visa. Just a short overview of our company first. John Hugh Migration, we have been established in Vietnam for 3 years. We actually are a firm that has started since 2009, right? So for 16 years now, we have office in Hong Kong, Vietnam, Shenzhen, and also settlement offices in Canada and Australia. So very much so a very well established firm. We have been serving outbound migration for Asian countries for many years. So this is some awards we have and our development of our company throughout the last 16 years. From a firm perspective, myself, Willie, and John, John is our founder of the company. We are both licensed for New Zealand and Australia. So you can see there, these as our licensed licensed staff. We have myself, John, Australia, New Zealand. We have Nicholas, who is licensed for Canada, and then Joseph, who specializes in migration to Hong Kong. For New Zealand, I'd just like to say, similarly to Australia, this is the government website. Definitely with these changes, lots and lots of people are making, advertising this program, but very much so, you should verify that they are licensed to give advice. So you can see here, this is me. I'm very much licensed to give advice for New Zealand. Okay. So New Zealand, I mean, very exciting news here. There's a few kind of benefits for New Zealand. I think people will think about New Zealand, they may think about, it's very close to Australia, definitely it is. And it is a pathway to Australia. So there has to be a pathway to Australia. And I will talk about that very soon. I think, something that is unique to the New Zealand status is once PR, once permanent resident, it is a PR for life, right? This is actually quite a unique rule that is for New Zealand. Because if you think about Australia or Canada, once you are PR, you actually only, it is a PR visa for 5 years and you have to renew every 5 years. So this is actually unique to New Zealand. Once you're PR, after the investment period, you're PR for life. You can bring your family, children up to 24 years old. I mean, that's quite a kind of high age. And then the residence requirement is just to the one applicant. Whether if it's for a family, one adult only is to that one person. No English requirements, which is again a huge change. No English requirements, and the residence is only on the one person, right? So there's two pathways right now that is available. Both pathways don't require English, as you can see at the bottom. The first pathway, which is called the growth category. So it's a $5 million New Zealand investment. Invest for 3 years. And after 3 years, and only spending 21 days in New Zealand. So 1 week, 7 days per year for 3 years, right? And then your whole family gets PR, right? So only one person, one adult stays 21 days over 3 years, and the amount is invested in the compliant investments, and then everyone gets PR. So the compliant investment here are managed funds and direct investments. And then you have balanced category. So it's a higher level investment, $10 million investments, New Zealand dollars. And then it's a five-year investment period, so a bit longer there. But then if you choose here, you can actually buy government bonds, straight out government bonds, which pay about 4% interest. Of course, can do equities, can do, other investments, but the safest option there would be government bond. And then the requirement for stay is 105 days over 5 years. So that's effectively 21 days per year, 3 weeks a year. So, that's the residence requirement. Both streams, has been relaxed very much so, right? Very much so. I want to say, in terms of this program, it is not a new program, right? You look back in the old rules, New Zealand, there was the investor two and investor one visa. Back in the day, you probably across investor one, investor two, there was probably about 400 visas a year. We, as a New Zealand licensed advisor, we've been involved with the program since it starts, right? So we've had years and years of experience, 10 years of experience in this program, right? So no one can claim that they've done many of these cases, but however, doing the cases in the old rules means that you've got case experience, right? And right now is simply changes in investments. I like to kind of also say into a stepping stone to Australia, right? So a lot of people will ask, does New Zealand PR mean you can go to live in Australia? You cannot. A New Zealand citizen can live in Australia, right? New Zealand citizen can live in Australia indefinitely, can work, can study, and whatsoever. So very much so, a way to do this would be, if kids are in high school age, right? Like say 12 or 13 years old, if you are fine with sending your kids to New Zealand for boarding school, just say, or for high school study, then when they live 5 years in New Zealand, right? And then after 5 years, they're eligible for the passport. And after the passport, they can choose to go to Australia and actually have a status for Australia and then a pathway to Australian citizenship as well. So very much so, that is the pathway. It's called a subclass 444 SCV application. It's done just at the border in Australia. Once you have the passport, they give you that visa straight away and you're effectively an Australian PR, right? So, this is a stepping stone to Australia pathway with very minimum stay. From a investment perspective, we will work with the largest banks and investment advisors in New Zealand. So, very reputable and recognized names like ANZ Bank, JB Ware, and Forsyth Barr, right? So we will work with them to guide you through the investments and through, how this kind of visa works from an investment point of view, whilst we provide the immigration advice. Okay, thank you very much.